Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, man. What's up? What's up?
Eh,
What's up?
Nothing much, man. I know we're a bit late, but new chapter came out
Uh,
last week.
hey, all that matters is now we're covering it right now. Chapter 1095.
109. What else? 1,505 chapters. Ah, that's
And
cool.
yeah, Oda, again, as we both know, just continues to write fire after let's just say his pen's on fire, he's on fire. Everything about him right now is currently on fire, man. And I can't, oh my days, this chapter was amazing.
It
Loved
wasn't,
every single bit.
bros. That chapter, though. If my hate for the Celestial Dragon wasn't like high, it was high today. When it was high when I read that chapter, bro.
Oh, believe me,
Oh,
there's
days,
no one I
man.
hate. There are no one I hate more than those celestial dragons. Despicable bunch. And I can't wait
Oh,
for the day Luffy, like legit, I can't wait for that day when he liberates the whole world and frees
yeah,
all those
man.
slaves and all those people and everyone that's been under the regime of this celestial dragon, the gross side, the elder, which are known as the elder gods.
Yeah.
You know, there's also the god knights. And that's far ahead in the future, but I just can't wait for that day, man. The more I see the Celestial Dragons, the more hatred,
Oh my days, yeah, man. I read that when I
my
read that
hatred just,
I felt
yeah,
so bad for Kuma, man. Like, fair enough,
yeah,
one
man.
people you get your tragic stories, but man, Kuma went through shit, man. Like, what the
Yeah, let me
hell? And
ask you. Yeah,
yeah, go on.
let me say, because of Kuma's like backstory, because of we've got Kuma's backstory, right?
Yeah,
I want to know, in terms of tragic backstories, where would you rank Kuma's backstory alongside with like Nico Robin and Law and like every like Chopper
oh
and
man. The thing is, they're all sad,
and
man. It's it's the thing is, we still need more about Kuma because it's getting
mm,
started, so something more could have bad
mm,
happen to him. But then we know for a fact he's gonna have at least a happy life in some because he gets a daughter.
mm,
And then, you know what I mean?
mm,
But I do feel bad
mm,
for Nico Robin. Like, I'm a big fan of Nico Robin. Pull on. But what you call it?
and then okay then. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get into it then. Like,
Yeah, you get it. You start.
so
You start.
so we'll continue on for where we left off, where Saturn makes an appearance, and it was a grand appearance, nonetheless, and uh, an intimidating one as well. And from
Yeah.
where we left off, Bonnie stabs him, and you know, a part of me kind of knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's
Yeah.
easy
No,
for me
I
to
agree
say,
with you
but
there.
a part of me kind of knew that he was going to heal that wound. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
we're talking end game villain. And it seems like these guys are going to be made for the end game, like, because if they're scratched or if they're even touched in a negative way, that wound will close up. It will heal. Heal them. And
Yeah, but you know what's weird about it, though?
mm,
It's like, I would, it would make sense if he was a Logia type, but we definitely know he's a Zone type, right? Because of his fruit.
yeah, but Yasin, you have to understand as well. For me
Yeah.
personally, are they even human? Because remember what he said in the last chapter when he was just like, it's been a long time since he's touched the surface. Sorry,
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
and for
I do
me,
agree with that.
and the fact that he's always like the way he says human, like he doesn't even regard himself as one. It's got me thinking: is he even one in the first place? Is like, obviously there's this theory going around that the elder gods aren't even human themselves, and that's a theory. I can't say for certain it's true, but it's likely a good theory, because you tell me, so far in this universe that we know, which is One Piece, anyone that's
Yeah.
been attacked, has their wound healed up the way his one did? Like,
No.
can it heal to a,
No.
you
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, I thought it
it's
was his
just got me
demo code,
thinking.
but it can't be. Yeah, he has to be something
Nah,
else.
yeah, because he's not a low. For me personally, he's not a Logia. He's more of is he? I would say, but then again, we don't even know. If you looked at me, he's more of towards like I don't know, zone paramecia type of zone because he got that spider legs and all of that. The
Which,
paramecia because of
yeah,
but then again, we don't know. We only time can tell what Oda's gonna dish out. You know,
that's true, man.
so. Yeah, so the Straw Hats are caught in some kind of predicament. Bonnie's been caught,
Oh yeah,
like she's she's on the verge of like, well, let's just put it this way. I reckon that Kuma's gonna come save her. That's my guess. Because we both know that
yeah.
right now,
I have a feeling. I
Sanji,
have a feeling he'll come. Yeah, but he's making his way to
yeah,
Egghead Island. Isn't he? Yeah,
yeah, that's what we believe. Because
yeah,
obviously after this fight with Akainu, Sakazuki, he escaped, but
yeah.
I believe his destination is Egghead Island. Because right now, as we can see, Sanji went to go save her, but obviously he got caught in some sort of blast. I don't know what it was, like some kinetic
Oh yeah,
blast that
that's
must have
what I think.
attacked him.
Yeah, yeah. He must have been like, "Yo,
Mm,
shit!" Like he just got
you
out,
know?
or was he just like,
Yeah.
is he unconscious
No,
now?
he's not unconscious. He just got knocked down. You know.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So, but the thing is, with Sanji, he's not. We know he's not one of those weak marine, lower ranked marines. So he's not gonna die. I mean, he's not dead. That's my guy. Sanji has always been my guy from day one. I love
yeah,
the guy. Love his character, everything about him. But yeah, he's not knocked out. And I've got to say, a part of me does feel like his exoskeleton. I think that saved him as well. You know, I feel like yeah, he got his haki, but I feel like if he didn't, you know how he's like, what's the word I'm looking
yeah.
for? Android?
Oh,
Oh,
cause
that's
yeah,
cyborg.
the
It's one of
cyborg.
them because
Yeah,
yeah, cyborg, something like that. He's pretty much like Frankie, but you don't see it's all inside basically. You know what I mean? With the
yeah. Cause
exoskeleton and all
well,
this.
from my understanding, their dad experimented on them, on it, but
Yeah,
he wasn't really the successful one. He was the late bloomer. Is that?
yeah. I know.
Yeah, man.
And the
Yeah,
late, yes, and the late bloomer with so much potential to become even stronger than he is right now. So I think this is like, if do you know what the scene reminded me of? Do you remember when Doflamingo tried to attack the Straw Hats ship with when they had Nami, Brook, and Chopper on that ship when
oh
Momonosuke
yeah,
and then I
I
can't
remember
remember
that.
yeah
And then suddenly
and
comes
I
in.
can't remember there was no and Doflamingo went to go after them
Yeah.
because one of his family member was on that ship as well. I can't remember her name, but the one with the art lady. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I can't. Let me figure that out. Wait, give me a sec. So, what was the
Yeah,
name?
that's
Was it
right.
um? I think it was. Yeah, that's her name. That's what I thought. Giola. That's her name.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
Giola was on the ship. Yeah, and he was and Doflamingo was on his way to like wreck, cause a scene, basically wreck havoc.
Yeah,
And then Sanji came and saved them. But then in the
yeah.
middle of the fight, Sanji got caught by something he didn't even realize, right? Which was those strings that
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah that Doflamingo uses in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's been
So
so long, man. Reading those chapters.
Sanji, yeah.
I'm still,
So
yeah, I'm
so
still surprised. To remember that stuff.
yeah. So no, believe me, trust me. I love One Piece, so there's a lot of things that I'm going to be remembering, especially
Yeah,
when it comes to something like Sanji with Sanji. So
yeah.
Sanji gets caught and he doesn't realize what he's been caught by, but there's strings. So I'm thinking Sanji's character is he's always the guy to jump in first rather than scan out the situation. You know, he's
He's got
more of
like
like
Luffy
yeah,
as
he's
well.
not
Yeah.
he's
He's got
not
like Luffy
reckless
as
like
well.
Luffy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not reckless like Luffy, but he's more of like he goes in, has no idea what's going on, gets caught into some situation, and boom. And
yeah,
then afterwards, you'll have to learn from that. So I
yeah.
feel like this situation with Saturn, where he got caught off guard, where he got blasted by some kind of kinetic force or whatever it is. I don't know if it was Saturn's haki, whatever. He's gonna now know that he shouldn't be underestimating Saturn, because whatever he's done to Sanji's now gonna be on high alert, like very very high alert. Sanji's the type to go in, get smacked, come back, get stronger,
Yeah.
hit back. You know what I mean? So yeah, nah. I feel like his time will come as well, but only time will tell. Well, like I said, I don't think he's gonna be the one to save Bonnie. Bonnie's in a tight situation,
So you think
you
Kuma's gonna
know.
come in and save the day?
I do believe that Kuma's gonna come in,
Yeah.
yes, and I do believe he's gonna come in, and it's gonna be. My guess is he's gonna come in, and do you know what? Let me tell you something. With
Yeah.
Kuma's, before we go into this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I just wanna, because this is not from me, right?
Yeah.
There was a theory as well that Kuma's gonna, because we already know that Luffy's knocked out, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
out cold. You know, Gear 5 has drained him
I mean,
completely.
Garcia
So
tried to, Saturn tried to kill him, but then you see Frankie with that right
yeah,
hand, saving him.
yeah,
Right hand or
which
right strong right or something. I can't
yeah,
remember the name.
which is
Yeah, so
which
I
is
mean,
something. If you realize that Saturn, right? He have you noticed if you've read the chapter, Saturn he doesn't care about the other Straw Hats. His
no, he
main
doesn't.
goal
No,
is to
no.
get rid. Yeah, his main goal is to get rid of Luffy like completely because that's the biggest threat that he sees right now. You know, obviously he
But
knows Luffy as new.
correct me if I'm wrong
Go
though,
on.
but I know he cares about Luffy, but he does acknowledge that he has a strong crew, though, isn't it? Or,
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, because of
or
what
am I-
Frankie did. Yeah, nah, you're right. Because
yeah, yeah.
remember when he was going
I
after
did like that.
Luffy.
I did like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then Frankie must have hit him. Yeah, and I remember came in like with a
A
iron.
strong guy.
What's Frank?
I think it was called a
Strong
strong
right?
right.
Was it? I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You know, but so I believe Kuma's gonna come in
yeah,
with the expense of his life, though. I do
yeah.
believe.
He looks bright. He looks beat up, man. Like even with the previous chapters
Mm,
before. But like speaking of Kuma
mm.
though, his backstory, man. Like I know,
Before we get
like
into
you said,
that,
yeah, yeah.
let me talk to you about what do you think about this Kizaru situation, though? Because
Kizaru, yeah,
let
yeah,
me, yeah, because I'm gonna ask you this right now, right? Because we all know Kizaru is one of the most strongest admirals. Like he's the original three, which was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru,
Yeah.
original OG, basically, right?
So
Saturn
the
comes
yeah,
in, and
yeah,
then he's like, for what Kizaru is capable of,
yeah.
he's kind of slow on this mission. And then Kizaru
Uh,
responds
yeah.
that he's sorry and that he has no excuse. He has no excuse. He needs a second because he doesn't think he can move. Now it got me thinking. Let me ask you this: is Kizaru really unable to move, or is that like what do you call it? How would I say it? Is that there's a
Is
word
that
for
him
it?
just, is he like just pretending?
Yeah. Is he
Yeah,
pretending to be out because he doesn't want to do that mission because he doesn't want to kill Vegapunk, or is he really
yeah.
knocked out? Like has Gear 5
Because the thing
Luffy
is, like he has history with
with
Vegapunk, like
Vegapunk?
yeah,
Yeah.
and he knows he don't like he's got a mission, but he knows like Vegapunk. Look, I don't want to do this, like, but like
Mm. He
I'm
has to
I'm
do it.
the commander there.
Yeah, he did say that
It
he
has
was the
to.
cog in the
That,
machine.
Luffy like knocking him out could be his excuse of be like, oh, I can't, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't carry out this mission.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It could be.
Mm.
It could be. Or like legit Luffy fucked him up to a point where like, oh shit, I can't move. Because
Yeah, because the way I look at it, it's either A, he doesn't want to do it because he really doesn't want to kill Vegapunk. You
yeah,
know, obviously he had his struggle doing like hurting Sentomaru. Obviously, I don't think Sentomaru is dead, but he really didn't want to hurt Sentomaru. But
yeah, yeah.
you know, it's
That's
got him thinking about this mission now. And or B, he's really out cold, and his durability is something that I think everyone kind of overlooks because again he's a fast character. Like if I have to say, probably the fastest character
Yeah,
in One Piece that I know thus far.
yeah,
Like I don't think anyone,
he's like,
yeah, I don't think anyone's faster than him.
but he's like,
But I
yeah,
feel like because of his speed, right, he lacks a lot of durability. He lacks durability, so his defense is kind of on the low end. So
yeah,
it shows because if he really is knocked out, then all it took was one hit and he's out cold. Then that just shows that Kizaru really relied on his devil fruit, and he's not like Sakazuki or Kuzan, who
yeah,
basically, as we know, Kuzan was training with Garp from a young age to learn on his haki, and well, Sakazuki Akainu was trading blows for blows with Whitebeard, and he was able to tank
yeah,
those hits. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
got me thinking that Kizaru can't be like he's part of those two, like in their category. You know,
yeah,
for him to get knocked out from one hit by Luffy, for me, it's like he's either playing it, and if he's not playing it, then this just my estimation, then me personally,
yeah, yeah.
I'd put him in a low tier below Kuzan and Sakazuki because
Okay.
those two, I feel like would have been able to take blows for blows from Gear 5, but from what it shows, which is why I do believe that he's faking it. I don't think that he's knocked out. I feel like my gut is telling me that this guy doesn't want to do this mission. That's my gut.
Yeah, you can see it from the chapters that he's really telling Big Man, look, I don't want to fight, but I got orders. And I think about like, why are you listening to them? You like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, like
Because
apart as much as I get find it stronger, like the way you put it, what I mean, like Zara can't be knocked, so he might be faking it
yeah,
from not fighting
yeah,
Mega.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
one more thing. The reason why I
yeah.
believe he's faking it is because this is the same guy that said he wanted to go after Big Mom and Kaido.
Oh,
This is the same guy that said that he was willing to go to Wano to take care of business, but then only Akainu stopped him. Said that they
yeah,
didn't want to waste like resources or soldiers or whatever it was. Obviously, because
yeah,
Wano is not affiliated with the government, so they couldn't do anything about that situation. So he told him
yeah,
to hold back. So for him to say that he wants to take care of business shows me that Kizaru isn't. He's not. Look, for me personally, I believe Kizaru is up there with Sakazuki and Kuzan.
yeah.
But obviously, on when it comes to his devil fruit, he relies on it a lot more than the other two
Yeah,
do. You
yeah,
know,
no, you're telling me
I just
like
mm,
yeah, that
yeah no
movie Zeph me that even Zeph told him you rely on your devil too much. So it's like
yeah
yeah, even
yeah
in the chapter you can
yeah
see he's relying on way too much. Like he's
yeah
comfortable, like
yeah
he's comfortable with it. Like he knows like my devil
he knows it.
was OPD. Yeah.
Yeah yeah. Anyway,
But,
so no,
like now we're going to talk about Kuma. Yeah.
yeah. Let's go
Okay.
into that, man. That
Oh my
you
days!
start off,
Like I
man.
said in the beginning, like I said in the
Mm,
beginning, if what a celestial
mm,
dragon wasn't high as it is, it was high. I was reading this. I thought
yeah.
bad, but what the hell?
Tell me
But
about it, man.
but
I don't.
it's
Me,
so
I
deep.
don't know, man. Like, you know,
Like how could he? Like he legit. He was born, and as soon as he was born, he was put into like slave. So it's like what the hell, man? My kid doesn't like had a chance to breathe, and you're already putting chains on him,
do you know?
making it.
Oh man, do you know older? Yeah, you know when you write some like a character's past and it's a tragic one, he goes
Yeah,
all in.
yeah.
He goes all in. There's so many that I can
Oh,
come up with. Senor P.
I know, man. Especially with this chapter, like with the bit with his dad. I was like, I had to reread that bit. I was like, huh? Hold on, what happened? Like, I literally had to
Yeah.
just take 2 steps back. I was like, nah, that did not just happen, yeah. Because his race is, what did they call it? It's the, begins with a B.
Buccaneer.
Buccaneers, yeah. So they're
No,
known to be
Buccaneer. Yeah,
Buccaneers.
Buccaneer.
So they're the creatures, like big, like
Mm.
races, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
I just,
strong,
it's like
durable.
when he's like, yeah, dad was getting loaded around with these celestial dragons. Fair enough, these celestial dragons like so much security. Yeah, part of me was like, I feel like you could
Mm.
just catch him and he would die. His celestial dragon, isn't it? But you know what? Made it even sad. Kuma goes to his dad. Yeah, he's like, oh, my master's all this to me. Nah, he was shouting at you, man. Not bad, man.
Mm. You know, that's
And
because I'll be real, man. Because it's like, for me personally, it's like he's born into the world. You know, his dad's because his mom was a regular human.
yeah,
I
that
don't know. I wouldn't.
is,
Oh, well, they're put it this way. They're both humans, but it's just his dad was from a special race, which was called the
yeah,
Buccaneers.
yeah,
You know, so when he was born, like they tried to keep it a secret in it, but the word got out because apparently
yeah,
there was like
yeah,
some sort of government agency,
yeah,
hospital, you know, and then
yeah.
they've been
It's
they
in the
was
sunshine.
imprisoned,
Yeah,
and
they were in
then
prison.
do you know what? Do you know who? I feel sorry for his mom. You know, because she was with them till she died,
Yeah.
till she lost her
Okay.
life. You know, 'cause his dad hits him with the bad news, like mom's in heaven right now, and that got to me,
Yeah.
you know, because I feel like in terms of One Piece, not a lot of female characters that are mothers tend to survive. You
Yes.
know, they all tend to pass away like tragically,
Yeah.
and
I can pick on an example. Sanji's mum as well. That's like this the
yeah,
only woman that ever like you with his dreams like cooking and stuff. I was like, right, Sanji made so
yeah,
like, you can
bro.
tell Sanji was like I feel bad for her, man. Even his dad like, what the hell? What are you crying
Mm,
for? Like it happened. Like, he's a
yeah,
kid.
even there's,
What are you
bro, there's a lot that you know.
for?
Senor Pink, you know Senor. You remember Senor Pink's wife? She was a mother.
Don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong
Yeah,
with
her as well. Yeah.
that's
Then there's Belmere. Remember Nami's mother?
oh yeah.
Yeah. See, there's a lot we could call. There's a lot, but it's tragic. But then what happens to then what happens to Kuma's dad is just
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
man.
That
Yeah.
I was like, what? What just happened? Like, full on,
Yeah.
like he was just singing. He was just singing to his kid.
Yeah.
There's
Trying to
nothing
cheer
wrong.
up. Yeah,
He's just trying to cheer her up. He was crying as well. And then all you saw on the side of the
bro.
celestial dragon just comes in, he shoots him, just tells
I
him,
tell
shut
you
up.
what,
I don't
right
like
now,
your noise.
bro. Yeah. I'm going through it right now, and it's painful seeing it. I don't know how they're gonna animate this, but it's gonna hurt, man. I'll be
Yeah.
real, man, and that's why my hatred for the Celestial.
I remember the panel and
Oh,
you can
bro.
see the blood just going on his face or something, in it. Something along those lines. He's like, huh? He's like,
Mm.
even he's like a bit confused at what just happened. Like, huh? But
Yeah,
that, what?
yeah. He's trying to
He's
he's
like,
trying to process what just happened, you know.
yeah, yeah. And then what? Then
You
after
know, and
that
then
is God Valley. You actually see like parts of God Valley, and now it's just.
yeah,
I did.
yeah,
This is what made me the jazz even more. There was like they'll they'll do some purge thing. Like, oh yeah, it's the annual hunt games where we hunt the people and kill them. I'm like, what? How did these people get away with this stuff? And then I like you get to see like a young Garland, so it's like you get to see
you know why
like
they get away with it?
yeah,
I tell you why they get away with it, Yasin. Because of those stupid five elder gods, man, and whatever. Bro, they're the ones who's in charge of everything, bro. They're
yeah,
sanctioning it. Like they can easily just say no, but I don't know what it is that they like. Basically, put it this way: they know something that we don't know yet because of the
yeah,
800-year void century. Like apparently, rumor has it, or there's a theory.
yeah,
Again, with what we've read in the past with Emu and all the kings and how they was all basically, put it this way, they all shared their power, but then Emu, long story short, Emu got greedy and wanted it for herself. I mean, that's how I claim it as. And then all of a sudden, I, Do you know what? It's confusing because it needs to be for me. It needs to be. We don't know too much about it yet, but only time will
Yeah,
tell when what really happened to the point. Because now we're seeing what's really happening in God Valley, and like
yeah.
you said, where they're they're going after
Like
civilians,
people.
but these civilians, they're not like
Yeah,
they yeah. So are they like regular people or are they like special kind of people like the Buccaneers, like the
yeah. I think they're just regular people that live in
Liberians?
God Valley, man. Because some of them they like
Bro,
hunting
it's
was where they're just like capturing them, innit? And then I remember Garland was like, oh, like
mm,
when they introduced Garland, who's got some weird hairstyle, but I forgot how his hairstyle looks like. But he definitely
yeah,
looks like a young
peasant.
Shank. So, yeah, he
Mm,
definitely looks. Yeah, so there's got to be some connections. Like, there is connections between him and Shanks, but we just don't know the relation.
yeah,
Yeah,
do you know what? At first, I would have said, and they would have, I would have called, calling it like having saying that they're connected with Shanks is stretching it, but then it's got me thinking that Shanks is able to go into a room with
with five elders.
five of the five
Yeah,
elder gods, and he's
which we
able
still
to
don't know
come
what they
out of
actually
it
spoke about.
unscathed.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
We still don't know what
So
they spoke about.
you know,
That's something.
yeah, and it's got me thinking that maybe he really is related to this Garland Fingerland
Yeah,
guy because
yeah.
if it was any other pirate, they're not coming out of it. Like obviously he had to hide himself because I don't think the Marines knows that he was on his way to meet them, innit? Because I feel like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Sakazuki knew, yeah,
Was
he'd
he
blow a
wearing a
steam,
hood
bro.
or something? Yeah, he went
Yeah,
in
he
a
was
Pokey
wearing a
show. He
hood.
had to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he had to conceal himself. Yeah, and then it's just like, given what's going on in God Valley when they were hunting after those innocent civilians, you had a king that was just like he was trying to, he was against it,
yeah, yeah,
because he realized that they were only doing it for sport. He was voicing his concern and saying that this wasn't a good idea, and what they were doing, it was insane.
yeah.
You know, and then he gets killed for it. At least I believe he's been killed for it because it looks like again Fingerling Garland just slashes him and then he's just that's
I
it.
did.
You don't see no more of him.
Yeah, I did. Like, I read the bits like, oh, why you starting so early for blah blah blah. And the guy is like, oh, sorry. And then all the girls are like, oh, like mulling over him. But like, what the hell, man?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, because he wanted to give like apparently he wanted to give like some sort of head start to the because they said he was going to be docked 10,000 points in it. So he was just like, yeah, he'd start like he'd give everyone else like a head start in terms of like going after the civilians.
yeah,
Like for me, like it was like yeah, it was a penalty. But
yeah,
regardless, man, I feel like when I saw that, it kind of again, it confirms that this guy is
he's
for
serious.
me personally, I feel
Yeah,
he's not
and he
serious,
just what?
man. In my opinion, he's
Yeah,
scum because
he's
of
got.
what look, he's yeah, he
Yeah,
is because
yeah,
he's killed off the only celestial dragon that saw sense in what he did. Do you remember that celestial dragon that saved them, Shirahoshi?
yeah, yeah. The one that
Yeah,
the Fishman Island saved him, and then basically he
yeah,
returned in
yeah, yeah.
favor.
Then
Yeah,
what was it? Yeah, Don Quixote Musgard, which is weird. Don Quixote. Does that mean he's still like is he related to like Doflamingo because of the name? Regardless, that's something we'll have to talk about another time. But yeah,
yeah,
he 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 he. I don't know if he's dead because again, a few chapters ago, like we see Fingerland
like
sentencing
punishment.
Fingerland Garden,
Yeah,
sentencing him apparently to death. I think it was. I can't be too sure, but regardless, he was like strapped up to a cross,
yeah,
and it wasn't good, and he was the only, and it was like it's like if I had to put it into terms, when a celestial dragon see sense, like they change their ways. The bad
yeah,
ones want to get rid of them completely, so that
yeah,
there are no good celestial dragons. All of them are just complete scum that just toy with human lives, go after everything that they want. regardless of people's feelings. You know,
Yeah.
it's just it's horrible, man. And that's why I say this guy, bro, this character, which if Shanks is related to this guy, thank God
Yeah.
that this guy thank God that Shanks was raised by Goldie Roger.
Bloody. Yeah.
And
But then
yeah,
again,
because
yeah,
if
then again, we never seen the area, like, we don't know, like, Shanks. You know, he could be like an Sabo. Like, Sabo was what's the word? Like,
are you
he
saying
was
in terms of
royal.
like
He
oh,
could have,
okay,
like,
yeah,
he could
yeah,
have seen
yeah,
a
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I see what you
could
mean.
have been like
Okay,
that.
he could have seen. No, but then again, that wouldn't make sense. Do you know why?
Why?
Because apparently they said that when Roger and Rayleigh found Shanks was in a treasure chest as a baby.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. The
Yeah,
road.
yeah,
Yeah,
nah. That's the same way. The same
okay.
way. You know, the same way that Shanks found Utah was the same way that
Yeah.
Roger and Rayleigh found Shanks.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, nah, that's fine, man. So that's why I feel like either, which is something we'll have to find out because that I don't know what happened in that situation as to why Shanks ended up in Roger and Rayleigh's ship in the first place.
Yeah. He could have been in God
Mm,
Valley. And then after that,
regardless, man, I just
he goes back to Cuba though, like, the chapter.
yeah.
And then
Mm.
he's crying. But like other kids are throwing stuff at him because he's crying too much. Is that from my understanding?
No, no, no.
Like,
He was trying to run away.
oh, okay. And then the other kids
Yeah,
will
they were trying to
hit.
bring him. Yeah, trying to bring him back because obviously he was trying to escape punishment.
Okay.
You know. So yeah,
Man.
they were like,
See,
yeah,
my favorite part is when you see little Emperor Emperor Ivankov and the little girl comes in. Like, yeah, they look so chipper.
yeah.
Like, yeah, we're gonna take the whole free and stuff like that.
You
Everyone's saying
see,
that girl
mm,
that you see next to
mm,
Ivankov is
Ginny.
is definitely Bonnie's mum. Yeah, it's definitely Bonnie's mum.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
it's
believe it is Bonnie's mom. The part
yeah.
where they were saying it was Luffy's mom, I think I say no. You know,
No,
but she's got some.
I heard. Oh, this is Luffy's mum. I was like, nah, that can't be Luffy's mum.
Yeah,
That's
I
definitely,
can't. Yeah, it's true.
definitely.
Yeah, you know, Bonnie. I do believe that's her mom because again, we've
Yeah,
never met Ginny in the. Uh, well, let's just say she's not in the current timeline. So that I'm assuming
yeah,
that she must have lost her life as a kid, which is sad.
yeah.
Which happens often because we're gonna get a tragic backstory and
Yeah,
it's not gonna be a good one. And I feel like
yeah,
Oda's gonna hit us with the feels.
yeah. Yeah, you know how he is, man. He always gets sus with the feels.
You
But
know.
yeah, so that's the end of the chapter. Him just seeing Emperor Ivankov and Ginny,
Mm.
basically.
You know,
Yeah,
I gotta give it to Ivikov. You know why?
yeah. Why?
He just seems like the type that throughout all this negativity, he's always so positive.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
it's
probably
like
like from my like when people are always positive, he's probably seen his fair share of tragedy. So he's always going to be like positive. People are going to be like trying to make other people positive. You know what I mean? Because they've
mm,
seen their fair share of negativity in life. So that's
yeah.
how I see it.
So yeah, you know, because back, do you remember when it was in Marineford Arc when what's his name when Ivankov was saying like, oh, he knew that this wasn't Kuma when they were fighting, like in
Yeah.
terms of like, yeah. Now it
So,
shows that we're
yeah.
now seeing that they've literally had history back when they were kids, you
Yeah.
know. Right,
That'll be
and
interesting. I want to see, like, my hopes for the next chapter. They do go back. They go into more of the story of Kuma, but you
they
also get
go
to
and
see you also get to see a young dragon.
yeah, that's the thing I wanted to ask you now, because
Yeah,
now that you mentioned dragon, right?
yeah,
You know, God Valley.
yeah.
I've got this question I want to ask you. Is it what we think it is in terms of like when I say what we think it is, when
You
the
think?
news hit that
Yeah,
yeah, when the news hit that Goldie Roger and Garp teamed up to fight Rocks, because Rock's because Rock tried to invade
God Valley.
the yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's
Exactly. Yeah. Something doesn't add up in that situation because it's like what the Celestial Dragons are doing
yeah,
is abhorrent, if you ask me. It's truly sickening,
yeah.
right? And again, there's this theory that's been going around that Roxy Zebek isn't a bad guy. Now I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking, and I
I
put
mean,
it this way.
you're not wrong there because they've like from our understanding, like when we get news about stuff like about Gold Roger, all that stuff, it's like, oh yeah, Gold Roger gave it. They Gold Roger got caught, but then you later find out that's not true. That's what the newspaper said and the government said. He actually
Yeah.
gave him in. So that theory, your theory of Rocks being a good pirate in some way,
I
yeah,
wouldn't say
it could be
no. You
true.
see, the thing is, no. The thing is, I wouldn't say he's a good pirate. Trust me, I'm not saying he's a good pirate because I know for a fact he wasn't a good pirate. But I'm saying things don't add up. You know how the government tend to like lie about things that
Yeah,
aren't really accurate. For
yeah,
example, if I had to break it down, they lied about the Alabasta situation where they said it was Smoker that got rid of Crocodile when it was really the Straw Hat Pirates because they didn't want the
yeah,
whole world to they didn't want the whole world to know that the Straw Hat Pirate took down a regime that was trying to
yeah,
take over a country,
yeah.
because everyone would look at them as the good guys and that the Marines or the world government were inept in doing their jobs and basically couldn't
What?
do their jobs properly because
Yeah.
they were
So
saved
what
by a
do
bunch
you
of
think?
pirates.
So what do you think Rock Zebek was on?
Because put it this way, if I had to break it down, right, I still
Yeah,
believe that Rox is a bad pirate, right? But you're
yeah,
not going to be all bad if you've got like a good man in Whitebeard following you throughout most of your journey, you know.
yeah.
And I believe, and this is my guess, I believe that Rox was set up. You know, it's crazy
But
how it's. I don't know how I can explain it, but I do
yeah,
believe we're not told the full story. You know,
yeah,
I don't think we're told the full story in the situation in God Valley because they made it out like, oh, it was all rocks, and then obviously, um, Roger and Garp had to team up to fight him.
yeah,
This is my guess, all right, and it's gonna be a crazy one. It's gonna be a wild one.
yeah,
The situation has with the Celestial Dragons where they're going on and they're going after innocent people and they're trying to kill them off for the sport, right?
yeah,
My guess is Rox comes in, tries to intervene. Celestial Dragons come.
yeah.
Celestial Dragons call for the Marines
Sort it
to
out.
help them. Right.
Yeah,
Garp then comes, gets involved,
yeah,
right? And as he's getting involved, along comes Roger.
yeah,
Now I don't know where Roger comes
uh,
into this situation, right? Because this is my guess here. Because all I know is like Rox comes, intervenes, tries to stop this tournament that's spilt lots of blood.
yeah,
Garp comes because the Celestial Dragons need the Marines to get rid of these pirates. And then there's a
yeah,
clash. And then my this is another guess. It's gonna sound crazy. It's a ridiculous guess.
yeah.
It's a theory as well.
Okay.
Right. So Roger comes in, sees Brox and Garp fighting,
Yeah,
thinks that Rox is doing something bad, teams up with Garp. Both of them are now fighting Rox.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's wild. It's way out. It's a guess, but because again, it just doesn't. From what we've seen so far, these little hints don't tell me that. Yeah, Rox was a bad guy, but something don't add up in the story that like Oda's putting out. We're gonna soon find out eventually. He's gonna piece by piece. We're gonna like how you put in like the jigsaw puzzle and you putting the pieces together and then you find out the full story. That's what's gonna happen. But I just feel like as of right now, we're not seeing the bigger story in terms of what went down in God Valley when it was a fight between Rox versus Roger and Garp.
Well, the events that we see in the chapter right now, that might not be the actual incident. That might be something else. Like it just does so happen to you never know. So
Yeah, that is true.
yeah,
Only
but they
time
could
can
come back to
tell.
Von Dolly again, and then we better sort it out and stuff. But yeah,
But
it's been hard.
before we go,
Yeah.
let me ask you one more thing. Do you
Okay.
think Oda's gonna do the usual? We find out what's going on here, but then we go straight back to the Saturn chapter next week, or do you feel like he's gonna continue this though?
That's the thing with him, man. I feel like he's gonna continue the story of Kuma because they can't leave it like that. He can't. So I feel like he's gonna continue more of Kuma's backstory. But I feel like that'll be like the first half, and then they're gonna go back to his Saturn, or he's gonna do like
Oh,
a thing
okay.
where it's gonna continue with Saturn, and then you get to find out more about Kuma's backstory in the second half. So it could work like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
what I think.
right.
Yeah,
Mm.
but
All right, then.
it's
But
been
yeah,
been a good
it's been
discussion. I think. Yeah, it's been a really good
yeah,
discussion. Uh,
you
we're gonna try and
know,
keep these discussions shorter because we don't want to talk out too much about it. But yeah,
mm,
man, last week's chapter. It was good. It was good.
yeah,
Get to
nah,
you feel bad for Cuba.
so
You get to see more
yeah.
Saturn. You get to see more Saturn's abilities. Yeah, but our chapter. Wait, there's going to be a chapter this week, though, isn't there?
There's not going to be a
Oh,
chapter this week. Now, unfortunately, we'd have to wait the week after that. I'm afraid.
a week after that.
Which is annoying because I just want to see what happens. But Oda deserves his rest. That's what I can say. He deserves his rest, man, because he's been cooking so much fire.
Three chapters a month. That's how he works, isn't it? But that's fine, man. We could discuss about something else. So
Mm. No,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. But you know what?
Mm.
Again, thank you for everyone for listening in.
Hmm.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
like I said before, if you do like listening to us, please consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot. We as you said before, we are doing this for fun, but we want to know if people like our stuff as well. You know, like yeah, what I mean. But we have been getting feedback. People do want to do face reveals or want us to show like our live reaction on camera. Uh, I'm a bit camera shy, but maybe
In due
uh,
time, yes, in due
in
time.
due time, we'll get into it. You know. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Horsey, do you have anything else to say before we leave?
No, it's just thank you to those that have tuned in and listened.
Yeah,
We've got more coming along the way, so stay tuned.
yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Take it
Bye.
easy. Bye.